Hey guys, today we have a cooking video and I want to show you how to make this Chinese style sweet and sour chicken and also show you how to make the sweet and sour chicken sauce. So keep on watching. So we are going to be using chicken breast for this recipe, and we are going to cut our chicken pieces into cube size, not so big and not so small, so make them medium size. And we are going to cut off the parts we cannot cut into cubes and put them aside. You can use that for some other recipes. Once you are done cutting, put them aside in a strainer, preferably for it to drain the water. Now it's time to make our paste. You will take a clean bowl and put in 1.5 cups of flour. Add your salt. For this I added half a teaspoon of salt. Add your garlic powder. I added 1.5 teaspoons and mix well. After mixing, add your water. I added warm water for this recipe, but you can use cold water, whichever, that's okay. Now mix well and make it in a paste that is runny, and then add your soy sauce. For this recipe, I added a whole teaspoon of soy sauce. That's how it's looking. And now it's time to mix it with the meat. And then you're going to put it aside to marinate for about an hour. You can marinate even for over 24 hours in the fridge. And then you're going to cover it with a cling film. Now it's time to prepare our vegetables. So you're going to take your onion. The most preferable type of onion is the white one, but I didn't have that, so I had to use the red one, which is still okay. So you're going to prep them and put them aside. Dice them into cubes as well, not so big and not so small, as you can see here. And then you can mix them afterwards, after you've chopped everything. So I used the red onions, I used the green pepper, I used the red pepper, I used the yellow pepper, and I used the orange pepper. You don't have to be extra like me. I love the colors. You can just use the green and the red peppers only. Just look at our vegetables, the color pop. It's popping, it's popping. So leave them aside to drain any water, and you can also separate. We are also going to be using a pineapple. That's the peeled pineapple, and we are going to cut and use the sweet part, and we are going to dice into very small pieces, very small pieces. And as you can see, I didn't use the center part because it's hard. In short, you don't want to use that center part. Just keep it aside. You can eat it later. So we're still chopping. So you will also take some larger pieces of the pineapple and drain some pineapple juice. You will need that while making your sweet and sour chicken sauce. Now into a pot on high heat. That's the secret of cooking any Chinese meal. Add your oil, and when it's hot enough, you add your vegetables and saute for about 2 minutes. Don't let it cook more than 2 minutes because we just want it to be cooked enough, but we don't want it to be raw. And we also want it to be crunchy. You also want to keep on stirring so that every part in the pot is cooked well enough. So keep on stirring until it's between 1 to 2 minutes, and then take it out. Keep on adjusting the fire. If it's too high, put it on medium heat, but do not let it cook on low heat. And now I think 2 minutes are over. It's time to proceed to the next. So we are going to put it aside. Now take your pan. We need to deep fry the meat that is still marinating. Put oil onto the pan until it's hot, and on another bowl you are going to put flour, and you want to coat this the meat that was marinating, and then deep frying them on high heat. Make sure that all the parts are coated with the flour so that it's crunchy. We want this meat to be crunchy. Coat and then deep fry. That is how the first batch is looking, and you want to keep on turning them so that they cook evenly on every side. Also cook them until they turn into a very nice golden brownish color. When it's so, you can now remove it and put it on a strainer to remove any oils that may be excess. Look at how well cooked that chicken is. Wow, and yummy. Just look at them. Oh, let me also mention that they are so crunchy. They're very, very crunchy, and that's what you want your chicken to look. So we are going to add in our second batch, and I didn't want to use the tongs. It's tiring. That thing is tiring. So I just went ahead and used my hands. That's what they were created to do anyway. And again, deep fry with hot oil. So this is how everything was looking. So yummy, so delicious. Ooh, we like this. Also check to make sure that everything has cooked well. So now it's time to make our sweet and sour chicken sauce. So into a bowl we are going to mix our corn flour with some water and stir. You only need very little of this. 1.5 is enough to make the thickening agent, and then you stir completely. So into a pot and on low heat add your salt. I added 1 teaspoon of salt, 6 tablespoons of sugar. I also added vinegar. This I didn't measure, but it's about 1/2 cup. And then you're going to stir that. So if you have ketchup, you can substitute it for this tomato sauce. I didn't have ketchup with me, so I used tomato sauce. About 1/2 cup is enough. And then you're going to add your pineapple juice at this time. Make sure you've mixed well. Now it's time to add our thickening agent. You add and then keep on stirring, keep on stirring. You can also taste to feel if it's okay. I also added 1 tablespoon of honey. You don't have to use honey, but I wanted it to be sticky somehow. Yeah, so onto a pot, I transferred my vegetables into a plate and then added my meat. That's my sauce. You are going to add the sauce into the meat and stir, and you are also going to add your vegetables and keep on stirring. And then the last thing that you're going to add is your diced pineapples. And yeah, that's it. That's how you make a Chinese style sweet and sour chicken and sweet and sour chicken sauce. Now it's time to plate. You can serve this with rice, white rice. This was so delicious. Just look at that. Ooh, mouth watering. Yes. I hope you enjoy this and make this. Comment in the comment section down below if you've loved this recipe and if you're going to try it, and give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.